Okay, so these are our notes. We are going to start with the Project 1 notes, and that is going to be on value and color. So you have gotten your interactive notebook. If you open it up to the first page, it says color, and you also should have your lovely sheet of different interactive pieces to cut out. You are going to go ahead right now, pause me, and cut out all of the color pieces. And when you have done that, unpause me, and I will show you where to paste them in. Alright, so let's get started with color. We are going to start with our basic color wheel, just like we do all the time. This is a 6-color color wheel that shows the primary and the secondary colors. Next year we'll talk about the more complicated color wheels, but for right now, 6 colors is fine. We're going to always start with the primaries, because you have to have those to mix every other color. And our 3 primaries, as we know, are red, yellow, and blue. You can put them wherever you would like in those circles on your color wheel. They can be, red at the top, red on the side, whatever, doesn't matter. As long as you have all 3 of them and they are all in the circles, it will make a color wheel. Those 3 are our primaries. Like I said, you need them to make everything else. You cannot mix things together to make any of those colors. You can go ahead and label on the lines that those are also primary colors right now. And then when you're done with that, we can add the secondary colors. Now the secondary colors cannot just be put anywhere. They have to go in between the 2 primaries that mix together and create them. So in between red and yellow, you're going to have the orange secondary color. In between red and blue, you're going to have purple. And finally, in between yellow and blue, you're going to have green. So go ahead and glue all of those down. You can also add on the lines the word secondary, because those are our 3 secondary colors. Go ahead and do that. Pause me while you work on it. Unpause me when you're ready. It's important to note that the complementary colors are across from each other on the color wheel. In 6th grade we did a project on that, so hopefully it's still in your brains, but in case you forgot, these lovely arrows that crisscross across, so many crosses, across the color wheel, those tell you the 2 that are complementary pairs. So blue and orange, that's a complementary pair. Yellow and purple, complementary pair. Red and green, that's a complementary pair. It's already drawn out for you, so you don't have to write anything there, but there is a little note at the bottom of your paper that says complementary pairs, and it shows you that key, just to remind you that that's what those lines in between the colors mean. We are also going to talk about the color scheme of warm versus cool colors. So on the one side here we have warm colors. Those are going to be bright and grabbing your attention. They call attention to themselves. That is the red, yellow, and orange. So go ahead and glue all 3 of those down into the warm color section. And for our cool color section, we have calmer colors. They tend to fade to the background. They're less in your face, even though there can be bright versions of them. And this includes purple, blue, and green. So go ahead and glue the green, purple, and blue down, and then you have finished the color page, and you can flip over to value on the back of that. And for the value, you're also going to cut out all of the pieces that are under the value interactive sheet. And when you have done that, unpause me and we will go on to value. Okay, so value is not how much something is worth, at least not in art class. It's how light or dark something it is. It has to do with shades and tints. So value is going to be the entire range from the very lightest color to the very darkest color, and all of those values in between there. All of that is value. It's the whole range. To make the light values called tints, you add white, and to make the dark values, you add black, and those are called shades. So you have your little rectangles that you can cut out and place in. We're going to put the lightest ones towards the bottom, darkest one at the top. So black being the darkest one, that goes with shades. White being the lightest one, that goes with tints. Go ahead and glue those 5 down along your your grayscale. And the other thing I wanted to mention with this is that it also works for colors. So we talked about value with grayscale, but you can also make colors lighter and darker. It's not just black and white. And that, if you remember, is how we make those monochromatic color schemes. Okay, so just a little reminder on the side. You have to mix black with a color, and that's how you make a shade. So you can go ahead and glue shade into that first box. It's a green shade, so you are going to take your green colored pencil and color in the box that says color with green. Similarly, for the white tint, you're going to add white and the color to make the tint one. The tint is a pink, and to make pink you need white and red. So you're going to use your colored pencil to color in red in the color box. And the last one is a tone. This is when you add black and white to a color, but of course we know that when you mix black and white you make gray. So if you add gray to a color, and in this case it gives a light blue tone, so we're going to add a blue colored pencil into that color box for the third equation. So you are gluing down shade, tint, and tone in the correct spaces and then coloring in with your colored pencils for the color boxes. And then you have completed our notes for this project.